I want to thank you for watching. I want to ask you to share and put comments in and all of that stuff. Processing the emotion of the weekend. Okay, we're just going to get straight into the headlines. These are the Progressive News headlines for today, September 21st, 2020. 2020 is handing us our asses and continues to do so. That's the top headline, really. I'm Julianna Forlano. Over the weekend, the Supreme Court announced that Justice Ginsburg died of complications of metastatic pancreas cancer. I'm sure you know that already because it's Monday, and this was the big news. Trump already, before even her funeral, is trying to, appoint someone else because he's in a hurry, because I think he knows he's going to lose the election. So I guess we'll see what happens. Our nation has lost a jurist of historic stature. We at the Supreme Court have lost a cherished colleague, that from Chief Justice John Roberts. Ginsburg was appointed by President Clinton in 1993. Ginsburg was considered a leader of the liberal wing of the Supreme Court, which you know, if you've been paying attention to anything since 1993, she championed a number of liberal causes, including women's rights, and was affectionately known as the Notorious RBG. I'm sure that's going to be talked about. I'm sure it's being talked about all over the place. So I'm actually going to be moving to a different story. As climate-fueled wildfires continue to ravage the West, the Trump administration has actually tapped a well-known climate change denier for a top position at NOAA, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. The University of Delaware professor David Legates has written papers calling for more fossil fuel emissions and more, not just, oh, it's okay what we have. He wants more. This guy. His work was supported by the Robert Mercer-funded Heartland Institute and the always good for something horrible Koch Industries, as well as, of course, the major gas industries. He was recently hired as NOAA's Deputy Assistant Secretary of Commerce for Observation and Prediction. It's insane. He's the climate scientist at NOAA, and, he goes against pretty much the overwhelming consensus of the scientific community. Is there a way to strip a scientist of your scientific credentials? I'm not actually sure if that's possible. You've got about 97% of scientists disagreeing with his position. That's according to a person who served as the director of NOAA's Climate Observations Division from 2009 to 2011. ProPublica, is it ProPublica? They came out with a piece recently, and I'd like to show it to you. In the wake of, just briefly, you can go, ProPublica, you can go and take a look at this yourself. But just very briefly, check this out, because Chris Hedges is joining us today. And if you're watching on YouTube, I suggest going to the YouTube, go to the interview of YouTube, of him on YouTube that will be up a little bit later today. If you're watching us on Facebook, just stick with us. Check this out from ProPublica. Climate maps show a transformed United States. This is in a paper published in the proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences. A team of researchers modeled the human climate niche, which is basically regions where temperatures and precipitation have been most suitable for humans to live over the past 6,000 years. And guess what? That's changing rapidly. Check out this map. It's showing what the most suitable zone for temperature and precipitation is now. Sure, we have, through the glories of irrigation and whatever, we have people living outside of these zones. This is the most suitable zone you can see is in the dark green. Check this out. As the climate warms, the niche moves up. This is, by 2070, but really between now and 2070. So it's not just like it's going to pop up there. It's moving now. And then if the cases of extreme warning happen, as are predicted, we're all going to basically have to move to Canada. That's what it's saying. Check out this map. It's not only that, but you've got your heat maps just blazing. You want to take a look at what they did here at ProPublica. Extreme heat and humidity. They mapped by mid-century, heat and humidity in Missouri is going to feel like Louisiana does today. And that, no one wants to move to Missouri, but you're definitely going to want to move out if you live there. This is the wildfires map, moving inland beyond just Colorado, obviously what you can see. Anyway, and this is sea level rise. All of Long Island, almost all of New Jersey. These places are going to be uninhabitable within your lifetime. 50 million Americans live in these metro areas. Miami, New York, Boston. They're all going to be moving inland. So it is going to be crowded. That is, unless Trump just lets the coronavirus and whatever other virus is coming up and the wildfires go, unchecked and unheeded in, his bid to kill everyone. And on that happy note, that's the end of the news. If you're watching, go to ProPublica and really take a deep dive into these maps. They are unbelievable. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe. We're here with the headlines Monday through Thursday, progressive news headlines. People are indeed fighting back on some of these things. That's what we normally report. But in the wake of a very depressing weekend, and, past 5 decades, this, I couldn't pull it together to make you happy today. And I think Chris Hedges will approve because he's not one for a lot of hope. You're watching ACT TV. Thanks for watching.